Hi, I'm Andy and welcome to my channel about crypto. In today's video, I just wanted to talk about what happened in crypto in the last 24 hours, as it's been quite interesting. So let's have a quick look at the chart. Let's start with Bitcoin. We had some really nice move up in the last couple of days, finally well above 50,000, well above. We reached about 52, almost 53,000 yesterday and day before yesterday. This largely was caused by information about El Salvador buying 200 bitcoins, essentially in the day before rolling out Bitcoin as an official method of payment. This pushed the price up, and when I was thinking about making a video this morning or yesterday evening, I thought, well, that's a really bullish sign, and I thought that we may be now actually on a consistent move up. And then this happened. We had this crazy drop. If we measure this movement, I think that was something like 20% drop from the high of around 53,000 all the way down to, at some point we were below 43,000, so that was around 19% or more. So quite a considerable drop, especially that if we look at 5-minute chart, pretty much all of it happened in a really short period of time. The biggest drop actually was over a period of 5 minutes. But there is something really important here. As you can see, we had this massive drop, sudden drop, and that was straight away scooped up within literally 10 minutes. I mean, these are 5-minute candles. We were back pretty much where this drop started. Okay, that's still only around $47,000, so still below where we were trading earlier in the day. But that shows that there is a lot of buying power at those lower figures. And if you watched my previous videos, I talked quite a few times about the importance of holding a 20-week SMA, which is historically Bitcoin's bull market support band. If we go back to daily candles, you can see the 20-week SMA is the purple line. That week, so this massive drop was actually pretty close to our bull market support band. So that's at the moment around $42,000. Depending on which exchange you look at, on some exchanges, it actually just touched that line. On many of them, it was slightly above. So that's in itself very bullish sign that we didn't break below it. We bounced off it or just before it. And the majority of that down movement was quickly nivelated. Essentially, people started buying back up, and the price is now around 47,000. Still considerably less than where we were, but certainly not as bad as it looked for a moment. Would I consider this testing the 20-week support? Kind of, but not really. The proper test of 20-week support, if we scroll to the last time it happened, which was quite a while ago, it was here in 2020. You can see that we had, if I zoom that in a bit, there you go. You can see that it was quite a long period of time. That's what, from 3rd of September until, well, we have some weeks getting quite close to it, 2nd of October. It's about a month where we were either testing that support band, that support line, or we were sort of above it, then, well, quite a bit above it, then deep, again, a few days of testing, and then we started that big move up. A single day, is it considered a test? Well, it's hard to tell, but the important thing is that as long as we're staying above that line, it's all good. I would say that we are still on track. We are still on track for putting new all-time high. It will take a while. I don't think anyone is still under an illusion that we may hit a new all-time high this month or go to 100K, let alone 300K in September. I think we may see quite a bit of sideways movement. for the next few weeks. A lot depends what will happen next. So because we had this nice move up, actually we are still playing within sort of same sandbox where we were over the last couple of weeks. We are not really dropping significantly below it. It's a shame that this move up was pretty much just wiped out. Well, it was wiped out. But nevertheless, we were expecting that this was likely to happen, that we will have some dips. Maybe not this sudden and this big, but at the same time, today is the first day that El Salvador is accepting Bitcoin as a method of payment. And that's probably largely what happened. It's one of the biggest news in Bitcoin's history ever. There are a lot of people, a lot of organizations which would like it to fail. A lot of traditional financial system doesn't really want it to succeed. So whether that's manipulation or not, that's not easy to answer, but I'm not particularly surprised that something happened on this day. And as it's all often the case, buy the rumor, sell the news, it's not that surprising that on the day that it actually happened, the price dipped. So overall, I'm still optimistic. If we look at our 50-day and 200-day moving averages, they are still on track to converge very, very soon. Possibly as early as end of this week. If not end of this week, then I would expect it to happen next week for sure. So that would be the golden cross, and that's another bullish sign. The only thing that would concern me at this point is if we had another big dip or number of dips and we go, more importantly, we close below 20-week SMA. If that happens and then we struggle to go above it pretty much either next day or within a couple of days, that could potentially mean that we will be looking at another couple of months of somewhat bearish sentiment and sideways movement, possibly again down to mid to high 30s. At the moment, everything is pointing towards us holding that line, so I'm staying optimistic, I'm staying very bullish. And in fact, if we do test it and bounce back up, that's a very, very bullish sign. And if anything, it's a good thing for the market cycle overall. If we look at other coins, Ether took quite a big hit as well. I think that was around 20% from around 39,000 down to pretty much exactly 3,000. ADA, well, ADA's been struggling a little bit recently anyway because of all the FUD around the issue with deploying smart contracts on the testnet, which is largely just bullshit, but it caused a lot of people to sell and to doubt what will happen next. It was quite a big dip, actually. It hit $2, so that was close to, I think, not quite 30% dip, but I think pretty close to it. Oh, in fact, almost 30.1%. So yeah, quite a significant move down. That being said, you can see that all of those coins recovered already. Well, largely recovered. So there were some great buying opportunities. I mean, you could get today Bitcoin for 43 grand, you could get Ether for 3 grand, you could get ADA for $2. I mean, the last time you could do it was about 3 4 weeks ago. And now that the price recovered, well, we are at the same spot where we were only a couple of weeks ago, because we had this really nice solid move up over the last couple of weeks, and that was true for most coins. This dump wasn't really that much of a hit. I think we're recovering it from it really nicely. Of course, the biggest problem is that all the altcoins got hit as well. Standard thing, when Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down. So some of those may take quite a bit longer to recover. We had Chainlink at around $35, now it's down to about 28 or so, 27. A lot of other coins lost probably around 30% or more, so that's a bit annoying, but it happens. That's just crypto. I mean, I think that's pretty much the best way of summing up of what happened today. Crypto happens, shit happens. I mean, we are used to really nice gains. We are used to altcoins making 100% gains within a day or so. Bitcoin made this crazy move up here when it went from what, 29, just under 30,000 to 42, 43,000 in the matter of a week or just over a week. And of course, well, that means that every now and then we will have a dump. But like I said, from what I can see, if anything, we held the line and it's a bullish sign. So I would say it's all good. What I think will happen next is I would hope that Bitcoin will start slow recovery. I think we may see again a bit of sideways movements, sort of 45 to 50,000 range, kind of similar to what we've seen here. I would like it to start to see it going up again quite rapidly, but I think it may take a while. I wouldn't be surprised if similar thing happens with Ether, sort of going sideways for a bit. ADA, we're getting very close to the release of smart contracts. From what I've seen, everything is on track for the release on the 12th, so end of this week. So we are only like 5 days away or so. I don't think there will be much up movement. I think we'll stay around that $2.50. Yeah, I think we'll stay in that $2.20, $2.50 range, bouncing up and down depending on what sort of news are coming out. But there will be less and less speculation on what ADA, what whole Cardano ecosystem can potentially do. There will be much more focus on what it can actually do, how it can be actually used. People will be able to actually start figuring out, well, how we're going to use it, what it does well, what's not working so well. So I would expect that will mean for ADA quite a prolonged period of sideways movement, which is fine. If anything, we'll probably see Bitcoin going up first, and then of course everything else will follow. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today. I just thought that a lot happened in those last few hours, so that definitely required some sort of commentary. But yeah, overall I think everything is fine. If you manage to buy some of those coins at much lower prices, that's great. Some of the altcoins are now at pretty good prices as well, so they should be pretty good buys. The only real issue here is that if Bitcoin does fall below 20-week SMA, of course altcoins get hit really hard, and this possibility cannot be completely excluded, but I think it's fine. I think we'll hold the line. If I were to be really optimistic, I would see this as a test of 20-week SMA, an indication that from now on we'll be just going up. I have a feeling this may not be quite the end of it. We may test it again within the next few days, but if we don't, then I think we are at the beginning of a consistent prolonged move up. So yeah, that's it from me for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit like button and subscribe to the channel, and as always, I welcome all comments and suggestions for future videos, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.